This machine, the way it's designed, the way this layout's designed, it's a love letter to pinball players. If you enjoy layouts, if you enjoy how a game shoots, this will be chef's kiss. I get it. We sell the game. I know you see this right here. You see the logo back there, but I'm telling you, as a pinball player, whether you buy this game or not, go play it on location. Holy smokes. It's a lot of fun. This game was designed by Keith Elwin, so of course you're going to get Keith Elwin rules with it. There's a lot in this game already, and you'll pretty much be required to use the whole entire playfield. And what I really enjoy about this layout is that you are able to sweep the drop targets, then go up the left orbit through the spinner, all the way back around to the upper right flipper and complete a combination shot up the side ramp. It is a very unique combo that I don't remember this happening in recent memory for any modern machine. It might have happened a few years ago. I don't know. I don't remember it. I just know it's a lot of fun to do. Another thing I really enjoy is the log diverter. Now you'll find this on the left-hand side, right next to that mini left flipper. Along that whole left area is just the river. It's very thematic. It makes sense for this particular design. Now what happens is, depending on your game state, there's a diverter that will pop up and prevent the ball from going down the river, and instead it'll redirect it to your upper mini flipper. The caveat is that's really cool. You can also end up putting your left flipper up and then cradling it, and that gives you a clean shot either to the drop targets or to the far left ramp. Another thing you can do, it's also user controlled. So there's certain things that you can accomplish within the game, and then you can use your action button in order to make that diverter come up, get the ball in a cradle, and take a controlled shot. And what has happened is Keith Elwin has designed some type, I don't even know what you call it. It's like just a little rebound mech that allows the ball to hit off this rubber piece and go up the guide rail on the right-hand side and perfectly feed your upper right flipper. Now, what used to happen is that there would be some type of keyhole return, which we saw in Avengers Infinity Quest, and that would sometimes lead to the ball spinning away from the upper flipper and led to a lot of frustrated shots or a lot of frustration for a player. But that is completely gone, so now you are able to take full advantage of this design, get clean shots to the side ramp, and get clean shots to the U-turn. And because of this, there's even certain modes associated with this game that we'll see a little bit later in this video to where you're comboing back and forth with just your upper flippers. The rules really lend itself to you taking advantage of those features. Now, in particular, the way that you light your King Kong multiball locks is by knocking down the drop targets 2 times. And this also leads to King Kong combos as well, in which case it's just a timed combo that you can hit depending on what arrow is lit and what the game's telling you to hit. And then we mentioned the left ramp a little bit earlier. That's known as the Cliffs ramp, and there are awards associated with that ramp. And every single time that you hit that Cliffs ramp, the ball will feed perfectly to the upper right flipper, in which case to get it back over on that side, you'll hit the U-turn shot, which is found right above your side ramp. And you generally just let the ball go, if you want to, down the river, and that's what gives you a river award. And then after so many cliffs, I believe it's 5, that will light a mode that I believe is called River Rapids, to where you're going to loop that center spinner as many times as possible, and you're going to keep hitting the ball back up to that spinner. So it's going to go through the spinner, down the river, feed your left flipper, and then you hit it again. And let me tell you, that ball starts going fast, the speed builds up, a lot of fun to do. And eventually, once you get your value built up to where you want it, you can cash it out at the Kong Cave, which is found right below the upper right flipper. And of course, your other option with that right flipper is to go up the side ramp, in which case you'll start building up towards a Biplane Attack. That's just a switch-based mode to build up the value that you cash out at that same side ramp. Modes, which are known as scenes in this game, are very straightforward. On the Premium and LE, you'll just simply hit what's known as the Kong Gong, and that'll light your scene, in which case, just hit it back through, hit the scoop, it starts your mode or gives you a mode select. If you're on the Pro, you'll just treat it like Iron Maiden, to where a few shots out there will be lit. You hit so many shots, it qualifies your mode for you, and then you simply just hit the VUC, that way you can pick your scene afterwards. The easy multi-balls to get are located in the lower left-hand side. That's known as the pit. On this game, you'll see a spider right above it. On the Pro, spider's not there. Very simple to start. You'll just hit those targets a few times, and once that red insert lights, that will indicate that your multi-ball is ready to go. And all you have to do is just hit those targets again. That will start your multi-ball. Now, the good news is you can choose whichever multi-ball that you want to play, but you have to be strategic about it. And the reason for this is the 3 inserts that are right by the pit will scroll back and forth, and whatever insert happens to be lit at the time that you hit those targets is the multi-ball that you will start. And the 3 multi-balls associated with that are called Octopus Insect, Two-Legged Lizard, and Giant Spider. Had to think about that one for a moment. Giant Spider. And then if you look in the middle of the playfield, you'll notice a big, huge skyscraper with yellow inserts on it. All you need to do is just hit the various shots located around the playfield whenever there's a yellow insert lit. That's an arrow. Now in that arrow, the words climb are in there, and all that's really happening is each time you hit a lit arrow, you'll move King Kong 25 feet further up the skyscraper. And then eventually you'll hit a certain threshold with your climbing, and that will lead to some type of award. And the main awards right now is an island lock, which essentially just turns your scene into a 2-ball multi-ball. And you'll also eventually light your New York City events, in which case you can start those at the right orbit. And the other feature to keep in mind of right now is your King Kong letters. As soon as you spell out Kong, I believe it's halfway at this point, it'll start a little feature, a little side feature known as Deadeye, which is a callback to Skill Fire from the game Congo. And in Deadeye, all you'll simply do is just plunge, plunge, plunge. You'll try to hit 3 skill shots, in which case it'll light your super skill shot located at the river, and then you'll plunge that. Then once you hit that, as long as you still have time left, you can just go back to, you guessed it, plunge, plunge, plunge. Alrighty, let's get the cans on and get going. But before I do, I have no idea how many of you are out there. I do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this. And if you guys could you please leave a like and a comment down below? That way I know there's actually a real person behind that screen. Alrighty, the very first one. Now, if you're playing this on location, you have a ball save, very effective opener right here. Use the ball save just to go ahead and start bashing the pit over and over again. You do it 3 times, it'll be lit for a multi-ball. You have the coverage. The magnet won't kill you necessarily because you have the ball save. Very easy opener to take. Now, once you do have the pit lit, which is indicated by the red insert, then you pretty much want to try to stay in control until whatever multi-ball is lit that you want to start, or whatever insert is lit. And you'll notice that it's flashing, it's moving back and forth. I wait to the bottom one. And the reason for that is I want to play Giant Spider Multi-Ball. Now in Giant Spider Multi-Ball, you're simply going to hit switches to light the pit jackpot. The easiest way to do this is to hit a spinner, namely the center spinner. Reason for this, you'll feed the upper left flipper, and then immediately the upper left ramp will be lit. You can hit that, it'll go over to your right flipper. You can hit the side ramp for the biplane, and you can also hit the center ramp for another jackpot as well. This will build up the value of your pit. It'll multiply it. It'll be worth a lot more. And from there, you'll hit the pit again to truly cash in your jackpots. Then after you do that, you just keep repeating this just over and over and over again. And that's just the easiest way to build it up. You see it right there, triple jackpot. We're already there within a few seconds. Anybody can do this, super easy to do. And that's just a good opener to take right there to get some points on the board. Start this next one. I'm gonna let you know right now, I played this multi-ball very bad, but the key things to notice is the sweep combo that happens. That's what I referred to earlier in this video. Super awesome feature, super awesome shot. Now, when we do get into this multi-ball, it's a pit multi-ball, same exact thing you just saw. We'll bash the pit 3 times. We'll get that lit, and then we'll simply just try to stay under control or trapped up until the shot or until the insert is lit that we want to start. And when I say until the insert's lit, I'm meaning like whichever multi-ball, of course. I want to be crystal clear on that. Now, with this particular multi-ball, all that's going to happen is once it starts, then your goal is to hit the stand-up targets that are located by the left ramp, the center ramp, and the 2 targets by the Kong gong. And when you hit one of those targets, it will light 2 corresponding shots that are very close to that particular stand-up target. And then you can just hit those to build up jackpot value and to gain points. Again, I don't do it very well on this at all. I just don't. I play it very bad. Don't worry about it. At least you know what to do. Now, if you want, and there's a sweep jackpot I was talking about, 50,000 or 50 million points. That's a lot of points. Either way, if you want to keep building up the value to Octopus Insect or multiply it, just keep hitting the stand-up targets. Eventually, when you rotate around them enough, you'll get your pit jackpot to be like a 2 or 3x value on top of whatever you built it up to. Super easy to do, unless you're like me and you just drain and you say, screw it, and you're done. All right, let's go to the next one. And for this next one, I don't have a name for it yet. If you guys have a cool name, please let me know. I'm just calling it the Pterodactyl King Kong Multiball Stack. Now, I don't know if this is even any good right now. I just got a hint that these things kind of gel together. And what happens is Pterodactyl Attack is a scene that you can start, again, hit the Kong Gong, then go into that little vuck or little scoop behind the Kong Gong and pick this particular scene. Now, when you play this scene, what happens is you have to hit a lit drop target, and then from there, that will light the concave in order to cash in that award. Now, the reason why I'm trying a stack right here is that because in order to light your locks for King Kong Multiball, you've got to knock down those drop targets anyway. Specifically, you got to do it twice. So if I know I'm playing a scene that's Pterodactyl Attack and I have to hit those drop targets anyways, I might as well just try to double up and get double the progress on any particular feature in the game. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. I'm sure it's a complete train wreck, but you know what? I'll own it. It'll be my train wreck. All right, so we're off with the plunge. Hit a skill shot, not because I'm skilled, but because I just get lucky on the plunge. Now we're going to use our ball save, light our island scene as you've seen. One shot to the gong. It's lit. I'm focused on that, trying to get there. Missing it. And still missing it. I'm going to get in there. I promise we're getting in. There you go. And I know because I filmed it. Of course I knew we got it in. All right. So now we're going to pick a scene and it's going to be Pterodactyl Attack. Now in Pterodactyl Attack, you have to shoot the lit drop target to light concave. That's all it is. Don't think about it too hard. That's it. So we did it right there. That gives us a chance for a sweep combo. We got our drop award. Now I could post pass over, try to hit the cave. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to light my locks. So I'm going after that. And then as soon as I say that, I abandon ship and now I'm trying to hit the Kong Gong. I shouldn't do that for this video, but the reason why I was doing it is because if you hit it one more time, you get through, you add 15 seconds onto your scene. And I think the scenes start at 50 seconds, but I'm wasting a whole lot of time doing a whole lot of nothing. Except now you see I've got one hit to the pit left. Somehow I've nearly accidentally started that multi-ball. So that's something. All right. Through all that chaos, 15 seconds at it, and we got our King Kong locks lit, and we're still in the middle of Pterodactyl Attack. That's how this works. That's why stacking at least works well. You can, there was somebody from Stern that said this to me, and it makes so much sense. I don't want to say their name out loud in case they don't want to be known, but this game allows you to stumble into greatness. And I think that's so profound and so freaking true. You can feel like a pinball god playing this. All right, so we have all three balls locked. We are in multi-ball. We're still in Pterodactyl Attack. Now this multi-ball, there's some nuances to it. The jackpots aren't immediately lit. You have to pretty much knock down the drop targets first to light your jackpot. So that's your focus mainly. Or you could hit the gong 2 times to get your add-a-ball. So there's going to be all that happening. Now, once you do get your jackpots lit, then you're going to be looking at the left ramp for your double jackpot, side ramp for a super jackpot, and I believe your right orbit's also lit just for a single jackpot. It's pretty much the sequence of everything. I'm still personally trying to figure it out, but that's just the general gist of it. Is it gist or gist? It's whatever that word is. You guys know what I'm talking about. So there's super jackpot. Another thing that happens if you hit the green targets, at least on the LE Premium, you hit enough of them, that will relight your train in order to park a ball up there. It's like a train lock or whatever the LCD said. You'll just put it up there, it'll stay up there, then you can start jamming out on shots some more. So we're still getting our concave. I think the 2X award, I'm sure Keith or Rick will text me and let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I believe the 2x award is coming because there's a little target in the concave, like at the back. So if you hit that, I think it either gives you more value, or maybe I'm doing that because of a combo. I need to check into that more. All right, we got our nudge. We're out of our mode now. So now we're just playing King Kong Multiball on its own. Again, we have to relight jackpots. We can hit green arrows to relight our train lock to enable us to be able to park a ball. And we already did the add a ball. The ball save for an add a ball doesn't really last too long. So if you're in this spot, you can still, if you notice, we still have yellow inserts lit for climb. We could do that and start getting King Kong to climb. We can still just keep hitting switches, which will build up our progress to Kong letters if we want to. Or we could just hit double jackpots and double super jackpots. Why not? I'll tell you, I have so much fun with this game, guys. I just really do. If you love shooting a game, just from a pure shooter's like point of view, this game is just, it's amazing. It's everything I could want out of a game, to be honest with you. All right, so we're still going. We got green. I don't even remember what I did at this point. And there's another cool part too. Like right there, the sweep combo came up momentarily. So in theory, if you really wanted to, you could pretty much just try to farm that. Or you could be like me and get the ball stuck on the diverter. Because I tried to pin it at the upper left flipper, couldn't do it in time. As soon as I hit the action button, it just got that ball stuck up against it, but it will release back down. So don't worry about that. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, this particular opener happens to be my favorite current mode in the game. It's called Across the Chasm. All we're gonna do, Kong Gong, go in, pick that scene, and then we're gonna play out the mode. Now, with this particular thing that I filmed, I didn't get all the way through it, but it will give you an idea for how these combos work whenever you do get into the scene. All right, cross the chasm. We're gonna plunge, accidentally get another skill shot. I promise I'm not that good at plunging. And there's the center post coming in handy, even with the ball save. All right, we go into our scene. We're gonna select our scene. We're gonna pick cross the chasm. The goal of this is we gotta get sailors to cross back and forth. Now, this whole entire mode, you try to stay up top for as long as you can. And the way that you get up there is you have to hit the middle spinner starting out. When you hit this middle spinner, it will feed your left upper flipper. Now right there, of course, I went backhand, add some seconds onto it, and now we're going. And of course, the feed doesn't work. Why not? Keith, design your games. What is going on here? The one time, I promise. And now I can't even hit the shot. It's making for riveting content when you can't hit the shot. All right, so here we go. So now we're gonna go up the cliffs ramp, perfect feed to the upper right-hand flipper through the U-turn. Now we're just gonna go back and forth. It goes quick. It's hard to keep up with, but this is the mode right here. And this is a lot of fun. You just keep up with the sequence back and forth, back and forth. You just keep going until you miss a shot like I did. So when I missed the shot, we lost the sailor. That's okay. Then I lose the ball. Not okay. Very fun mode though. Try it out. And the next thing I'm going to show you isn't necessarily an opener, but it is showing you a side feature that can start pretty much at any point in the game. Now, if you look in the middle of the playfield, you'll notice that there are 3 white arrows lit. And what these white arrows represent is your progress towards biplane attack. And the goal is you get those arrows all the way filled up to the top, so that way you have all 5 arrows lit, and that will start your biplane attack. And once you start that, all it is that you're hitting switches or you're hitting spinners. And then from there, that will up the value of the biplane ramp. And then you'll just hit that ramp again to cash in the value. Now that value does not roll over. However, it is a time mode, so you can pretty much just try to build it up as high as you possibly want until cashing it out. All right, with another plunge coming in, hitting more skill shots. I'm on fire. It's not like, this didn't take 10 takes for me to get. I get those every time. Either way, the easiest way to feed the biplane is just what I'm doing right here, or to feed that right flipper is just by hitting the right orbit. And that way you can start going to town on that biplane ramp or the side ramp in order to make progress. Now you'll notice the final insert is lit in the middle of the playfield because I've already hit that ramp 2 times. So I'm gonna try to keep aiming for there so that way we can see the start. And of course, I'm going to be so So early, I show you a banana combo. That's a whole other thing. The combo system in here is great. Banana combos are there at the very beginning of the game. All right, so Biplane Attack. Switches are going to build up the biplane ramp. And then, of course, lit orbits, which happens to be the far left one right now, will help build that value up even more. All right, trying for it, missing it. That's okay. We got the value built up to above 5. And you just keep doing this as often as you want. You just keep rocking and rolling. And this can be started even when you're in a mode, you can bring it in. I don't remember if you can do this during multi-ball or not. I need to check into that. Either way, if somebody out there knows, let me know. So we destroyed a biplane, and as you saw right there, there is an extra ball that's associated with this. If we destroy so many biplanes, it looks like right now it is 3. So I'm curious about that. Just noticed that little nugget right there. So for people that's on location, yep, there it is right there. 1 more for extra ball lit. So if you're on location, you want to get extra balls, there's a way to do it right there. And that's pretty much it right now. Those are the openers that I found. Now, of course, there are several other openers that we can do, and I'm starting to formulate a launch party strategy. So be on the lookout for those videos. That way we can help you get some trophies, get some plaques, get some glory, and win some pinball. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one.